Okay, I'm gonna go right back to the very beginning. I literally have my camera roll right here. If anyone wants to see my camera roll, this is how I remember things. And I take pictures of everything. I document everything, not because of anything specific, but usually when I'm like, where did I meet this person? Oh yeah, I was at this event, and I'll take a picture of their business card. So all I have to do is remember what time of year the event was at, what other things that I was doing in my life at that time, go find it on here, and boom. So I'm literally gonna start at the very beginning. I'm gonna start propping up little pictures and stuff, probably right here. Don't mind my shake weight thingy. Um, yeah, my team has been using it. Okay, well, I've been through a lot in 5 years. I the sign is gone, but I've made $300 turn into $3 million. And in the past month, I've made $250,000. Or in the past month and a half, I've made $250,000. It's just silly to me because it's hard, but it's not. And the thing that makes it hard is other people. Like, I'm entirely unaffected by obstacles that come up. I'm fully affected by everybody who has an opinion about me. And sure, people can be like, oh, don't think about what people think about you. But no, I didn't do anything to deserve negative criticism. So I'm not doing this because I'm trying to prove to people things. I'm doing it just genuinely because it's been so long since I've reflected on my journey, and I feel like I let negative people dictate how I feel on a very regular basis. And reflecting on my journey right now is something that I feel like I need to do. And yeah, so let's start at the very beginning. 5 years ago, I moved to Toronto. I was living in Ottawa, Ontario with my ex-partner. Um, to speed up a lot of things and update you along the way, I got divorced last March. I have been running my business, aaniin. It's an Indigenous lifestyle streetwear brand turned Indigenous retail space that sells other Indigenous brands and businesses. And I'm closing it because I'm just exhausted. I feel like I've given it my all, not what I can accomplish and what I know I can grow the business to, but I've given everything that I can to people that don't appreciate it, and I'm done. So I want to get rid of everything. I'm liquidating everything right now. I still have other goals and stuff, which I'll talk about in the future episodes. But let's start at the very beginning. So before I moved to Toronto, I was basically working in the optical industry. I had been working at LASIK MD, at LensCrafters, at Von Look. I've been a retail store manager since I was 21 years old. Um, Before that, I got myself into $70,000 of debt, and I paid it all off in 4 years. So by the time I was 25, and I was financially free. At the time, I basically decided to start a business, and I called it Intuition Business Solutions. And I was just constantly an accountability person. Like, as a store manager, as a clinic manager, I was just constantly that team person who was motivating. Just kidding. I'm not even going to show you guys on the screen. I'm just going to show you guys on my phone. I'm just going to keep holding my phone up like a freak. But I basically immediately started reaching out to affiliate programs like Honeybook. I was doing 20% off of Honeybook. I was making other people's Instagram accounts. I would just go up to people. I wouldn't even charge them. I just wanted to figure out how I could start learning these skills. And I just started doing it myself. So I started offering initial social media setups. And yeah, so my whole thing was thinking clearly for you because I love systems. I can see the future. I swear to God. I'm really, really intuitive, and that's why I called it Intuition Business Solutions. So it was a TP with an X because I really wanted it to be a collaborative, like Indigenous-led type of business. I wasn't trying to focus on Indigenous businesses. It was just I'm Indigenous, and I wanted to kind of show my heritage and show my idealism of what an Indigenous business looks like. And that's what I wanted to do. I felt like because I'm an Indigenous person, I was able to see reciprocity in terms of like, aligned values and things like that. So I was constantly just very invested in branding specifically. So I started my account from zero. I built it up to about 550 followers within a couple months. And it was just me trying to like motivate small businesses. That's just always been a massive passion of mine. And also trying to figure out like branding styles. Social media management was something that I always wanted to do. And because I was financially free, I was basically starting to invest my money for the very first time, which was very cool. Up until this year, I've always had such a great savings account since I was 25 years old, and now it is all gone into my motherfucking business that I hate doing. Genuinely, I feel like I am paying people to hate me right now, and I really dislike that. So that's basically why I'm liquidating everything. But let's fast forward. So I was just doing this like intuition business solutions brand. I was helping out a whole bunch of small businesses with their branding and businesses. So when I moved to Toronto, I basically was like diving into like brand development. It's something that I was super, super passionate about. I had taken this Coursera course for social media management and marketing. I got Facebook certified so I could learn how to run meta ads properly, and yeah, just dove in into helping a whole bunch of different projects. I was helping a doctor's clinic. I was doing menus for like a food catering business. I was coming up with a whole bunch of logos for a bunch of different people, fixing websites. And yeah, and then one day I was walking the street in downtown Toronto and I thought I saw somebody wearing Indigenous syllabics on their shirt. And right away, I just felt this overwhelming sense of inclusion being in the city for the first time. And I wanted to run up and ask this person, hey, what does your shirt say? What language is it in? And where can I go buy one? But as I got closer, I realized it was just a triangle. I was walking on the street on a Sunday, and by Wednesday, I had a whole drop shipping website up and running through Shopify and a few different places. So I'll probably link them because I'll probably try to get this account monetized. So let's get on that, team. Started drop shipping. Drop shipping is like the worst way to scale a business, but it's the best way to start a business to see if people actually like your idea or want your product. So from there, I posted my triangle story, like what I just told you. I put it on social media. I only had 330 followers at the time on my personal account, and then 550 followers on my Intuition Business Solutions account, which I now call Wubby Marketing, which means to have vision in Anishinaabe. From there, I basically sold $3,000 in the first week. I didn't have any products. I actually ordered a whole bunch of drop shipping products for myself. So that was me buying my own products off of my own website so then I could get them. I had this like tank top for moms. Um, I had like a few different shirts. I had a baby shirt. I had the Gawingiabi translation. I had the aaniin dad cup, which I still have today. I had a pin. By the way, this pin was like $4 fucking. So it's like I'd sell it online for like 450 and I'd have to pay like 380 and then $4 like including shipping pretty much. So these were really, really bad like for trying to make money, but it was something that allowed me to cover the costs while I was testing my idea. So I basically took a credit card that was not mine at the time because I was $70,000 in debt and I paid it all off by the time I was 25. My credit score was like a 200. So I ended up consolidating my credit when I was 20 and then paid it all off throughout the next few years. And when I finally paid it all off, I also paid it off like a lot faster. I didn't have to pay it off that fast, but I wanted to get out of debt very quickly. Um, because once you get out of debt, then it takes 7 years to rebuild your credit score. So, yeah, don't get in debt. I had linked it up to Shopify. So that's like another access that is sometimes like a barrier for Indigenous entrepreneurs. A lot of us don't have credit, either because, for one, when you're a city native, you don't know what the fuck money is and you ruin your life constantly through personal and financial decisions. But if you are non-city native and you grew up on the res and you can't access credit, like you can't get a business bank account, you can't get a personal bank account because you don't have these like off reserve jobs and things like that. There's so many different issues when it comes to accessing capital, which over the last 5 years, because of several other partners, like Meridian, I know has a no fee personal checking account for Indigenous people. So there is more and more solutions that are coming out there like that. I'm shouting out Meridian because I've worked with Meridian in the past. So if you're trying to work with me, then maybe work with me. Yeah, so there's a lot of like other options, but I'm just going to shout out Meridian just because they've been a long time supporter and I appreciate them.